we began to see the spring go. I especially want to thank all the people associated with the Summit Project, the CCC folks, and Mayor Schaefer from Summersville. You know, when we get to Mayor Summersville over here, it's a pretty big day. I had him here in August in the parade, and I was tickled to death. So welcome, Bob. We're here tonight to talk about what I consider to be probably or possibly a very, very, very big opportunity for Nicholas County and Richwood, West Virginia. It involves Boy Scouts. If you can think of anything more American than Boy Scouts, I don't know what it is. As everybody's aware, that the Summit Project is, of course, in Fayette County, and that's where the initial and most impact will be for, at least initially. But this thing is so huge, and it's going to be so huge, it's going to affect not only the surrounding area, but the whole state of West Virginia. And I think we owe a big debt of gratitude to our political leaders that were on board and brought this to the state of West Virginia. It was a very, very competitive undertaking, and they have many other sites and opportunities to go to other states. I think the state of West Virginia did an excellent job in showing what we have to offer and what we look like as far as the state and communities are concerned. I'm not here to speak all night. Greg Tucker's not here tonight. He threatened me the last time. He said, "How long are you going to speak?" And I said, 2 minutes. He said, "If you go over, I'm going to shoot you." So I said, sometimes I can't say good evening in 2 minutes. But anyhow, tonight we're going to have a presentation by the Assistant Manager of Programs for the Summit. That young man is Dave Kopsa. He's pretty widely traveled. He tells me he comes from the far west almost, and quite frankly, I think it was a good, as they say in the media business, a good get for West Virginia. So, Dave, come up and show us something about the Summit, please. Give Dave a hand.
Far west of Iowa City, Iowa. Truly the frontier of America, I guess. And spent my last 5 years at the Boy Scouts' largest property, Philmont Scout Ranch in northeastern New Mexico. And had a great opportunity to come here to West Virginia. I'm very happy to be here. Tonight, what I'm going to do is kind of take you through the story of the summit, how we came about to wanting to purchase a site like this, how we settled on West Virginia, and kind of what's going to be happening here as we build up to our inaugural event, the 2013 National Jamboree. Our first official event will be the Jamboree 2013, July 15th, 2013. We'll be opening our doors to around 40,000 scouts from all across the country, and some from other parts of the world. It'll be a great experience. The numbers are basically 40,000 scouts and somewhere between 7,000 and 8,000 staff members. So it's going to be a lot of people for 10 days here in West Virginia, and we're very excited about it. So since 1981, the Boy Scouts of America have held their national jamborees at Fort A.P. Hill, a military base in Virginia. And in 2005, we had our jamboree there, but as we were leading up to it, there was some concerns with the ever-increasing schedule of our military that land would not be available to us in 2005 or 2007. Yeah, that's right. Jamborees. Actually, 2005 and 2010. And so that spurred us to want to be prepared. It's an important part of the Boy Scout motto. It is the Boy Scout motto. And we started on a search for a permanent home for the National Jamboree. A big part of that search and the start of it was a pledge from Stephen Bechtel of the Stephen G. Bechtel Jr. Foundation, about $50 million for the eventual purchase of the site that we decided upon. Mr. Bechtel is the owner of a huge, very, very large worldwide construction company, and his $50 million is really what allowed us to be assured that we could fulfill this quest for a site. After that, we asked for proposals for sites. We received over 80 proposals from 28 states, proposals from each time zone. I covered a wide variety of the United States. And we started zeroing in, well, a couple of reasons, a couple of things we were wanting in a site. First, we wanted to go to a place where we'd have the support of the local and state governments. We didn't want to be fighting that battle as we were going through this process. We wanted to make sure that we had great support there with the government where we ended up. We wanted to be close in proximity to 4-lane roads, a couple of them. And we wanted access to world-class outdoor adventure and a location that was already known for its outdoor experiences and opportunities. So, why did we decide on West Virginia? Well, a big reason, you may not know, the summit site is within a 10-hour drive of 66% of the United States population. 10 hours is an important number because within scouting, the rule is that a scout troop cannot travel farther than 10 hours, cannot drive farther than 10 hours in one day. So with this site, we are within 66% of the population of the United States. 66% of our scouts are within 1 day's drive of the site. We think that is incredibly important to have great access to this site. We're also within 33% of the population of Canada, so that's going to be important as well. With the road system, we've got Highway 19 right across, right basically on our border. We have Interstate 64 and 77. So looking at those three things, in addition to that, the state of West Virginia and the Boy Scouts of America go together like peas and carrots. That's what then Governor Joe Manchin said, now Senator. Governor Manchin flew down and met with the leaders of the Boy Scouts of America and pledged the full support of the West Virginia government. And that was such a huge and important part of why we came here to West Virginia. Here you see the then governor with our volunteer national president, Rex Tillerson, who is the president of ExxonMobil. The relationship we've had with the government, as I said, is incredibly important, and we're very excited to be here. That support has continued through our current governor, continues hopefully through the extent of the project. What you see here is kind of the development plan, the complete development plan for the site. Right now we're focused on these 40,000 people, 48,000 people roughly that are going to be here for the Jamboree. So what we're doing, we're working on about 1,200 acres of the 10,000 acres of the site that will be used to host the Jamboree in 2013. I'll give you a quick tour of what has been done. These areas right here are the village areas. This is where the kids will be living while they're here, and the staff, during the 10 days of the Jamboree. Construction started basically last October. We had the groundbreaking. Basically from October to June, they were flattening hills. I don't know if you guys have ever camped before, but when I camp, I don't like to slide out the front of my tent. So we had to find flat spots for 48,000 people. Not a small project here in West Virginia. So that portion of the grading has kind of been finished off this last summer. We've started working on the infrastructure, laying power lines, sewage and all that kind of stuff. We've also started working on our program infrastructure. I'm very excited. The areas, what you'll have is this area right here what we call Mayhem Mountain. It's going to be home to our extreme sports area, which will include BMX, biking, skateboarding, mountain boarding. These are just things that we haven't typically done in scouting before. And that's kind of our model. We want to be doing new, exciting things at the Jamboree. Right here are 2 shooting sports activity areas. This is our archery area. We'll have your standard field target archery. We'll also have 3D field archery with the foam animal targets. We've got something really cool. It's going to be action archery. It's kind of like skeet clay shooting for arrows. The machine throws a foam disc up and they try to hit the moving target with their bows and arrows. Really cool stuff. And then we have our firearms shooting sports area here. At AP Hill is a military base, so we're limited to short-range firearms, shotguns, and black powder rifle. Here, we can do whatever we've designed the site for. We're designing a world-class facility that'll have skeet, trap shooting, clay pigeons, rifles, pistol shooting for our venturing scouts. Really world-class area. Right here is Adventure Valley. Adventure Valley has a lot of exciting stuff in it. It has around 37 miles. It'll have around 37 miles of mountain bike trail. It'll have really top of the line challenge courses. It will have an incredibly large climbing facility, both natural rock and one of the largest artificial rock climbing infrastructures in the world. And we have here and here are 2 big zip lines. This zip line right here is 4,000 feet long, almost just shy of a mile, 1,000 feet shy of a mile. That's kind of the epitome of what the kids want to do. Our motto, the way we've been tackling this project is we're trying to provide the kids something that they want. We want to make sure we're listening to our customers, and we figured out that kids today want to go down 80 miles an hour head first on a zip line with their hair on fire while they text their friends and tell them how cool they are because of what they're doing. So that's kind of our motto. That's our customer. That's who we're trying to keep in mind and provide great stuff for. Out here is the canopy tour area. Canopy tours, you guys are familiar with those. This is the kind of stuff that happens at Class 6. Bonsai that built those zip lines and canopy tours are going to be there. But they're going to have, I think, 8 or 9 different tour routes in that canopy tour base camp. So a lot of great stuff. In the past, the jamborees, every activity that the kids did had to be taken down after those 10 days. Now we can really build some permanent, exciting, world-class facilities. And when they come to the Jamboree, our goal is to give them one of the most exciting and modern, cutting-edge programs that we can. Speaking of modern, right here we'll have a technology-based camp with all sorts of high-tech science technology displays and activities for them to do. So right here is the Summit Center area. This area during the Jamboree will be open to the public for a day fee. Not just scouts that are into the Jamboree, but the general public at large. And in the Summit Center, you'll find our largest retail outlets, our scouting museum, lots of our exhibits and displays. But the really cool stuff is going to be over here in Action Point, where all the activities I just spoke about in those base camp areas, that's going to be only the scouts that come to the Jamboree. But in Action Point, we'll have smaller versions of all those activities in and around Action Point, so that the people come for the day they'll go on a smaller zip line. We have a shorter canopy tour routes. We'll have climbing walls, mountain bike trails, so that people can get a taste of what the kids are doing out in the base camp area. So that's a tour of the Jamboree footprint. This is about, like I said, about 1,300 acres of the 2,000. A little closer view of the Summit Center. Right here is our arena, built to hold around 80,000 people. We have 2 big arena shows, the opening show on Tuesday at the Jamboree, and then Sunday night at the Jamboree is the big show. Have musical acts, it'll have fireworks, and all the day visitors that come that day will be able to stay for that. And like I said, we're building it to hold around 80,000 people. So very exciting stuff there. Here's some aerial photography that was actually recently taken. You can see the areas where we've cleared for the scouts to start living. You can even see grass starting to grow. This is the Summit Center area and the Action Point. This up here is the staff village. That's where all the staff members will live while they're here for the Jamboree. That's another view of it. A lot of land cleared here. Here is a model of what the camps that the kids will stay in while they're at the Jamboree. A big difference between this Jamboree and past Jamborees is that we're providing all the gear you see here. In the past, we had no permanent home. We couldn't store gear like this. So the troops, the councils had to buy all the tents, all that stuff. When the kid comes to the 2013 Jamboree, all they'll have to bring is a duffel bag that we'll send them, full of their clothes, a sleeping bag, a mess kit, and a couple water bottles. Everything else, the tent, the cot, the picnic tables, the shelters, the stoves, the cooking pots, will all be provided to them. There's two parts to a Jamboree fee. There's the fee that the Jamboree charges, and then the local council has to factor in their transportation. We've raised from the 2010 Jamboree, we're raising at $50 the fee to cover this equipment. But that means that the councils don't have to spend nearly as much money. We're finding that councils are lowering their total fees anywhere between $150 to $300 because of this. So by us increasing by 50, we're lowering the price by almost $300 for a lot of kids. So the newest, we have a brand new site, and the first Jamboree that we're going to host is going to be cheaper than the last one we hosted for the vast majority of our participants. So we're really excited about that. It's going to be even more cheaper for the Buckskin Council Scouts. So half a tank of gas plus $850. Very exciting. Here's some more pictures of the equipment. We talked a couple things. People are always asking me about jobs. The Boy Scouts of America, we have about 8 employees at the office right now. Most of the work and jobs that are available are through the developer, Trinity Works. And our contract with them stipulates that they hire 80% of their subcontractors from West Virginia. So that's where the majority right now of those jobs locally are coming from. The other 20% comes from a lot of the action sports consultants that are building our BMX trails, our climbing walls, and stuff like that. The other point about this, you saw all of that empty space and all those trees we cut down. Well, it's very important as we build this site to be as sustainable as we possibly can, with green energy and all that sort of things. The wood here that is being used to build our shower houses and bathrooms, these are the trees we cut down. We cut them down and sent them out to be milled, and are now using them to build around 350 shower houses in the hopes that the Scouts will take one shower during their 10 days here.
And they were very much appreciated.
So the developer right now, this is a very, even to get just the 1,200, 1,300 acres of stuff ready for 2013, it's happening at a lightning pace. When the weather allows for it, the developer is running 2 10-hour shifts a day from Monday through Saturday. They use all sorts of technology to do this, and the graders that they use have GPS units on each end of the shuttle, so they can grade the road at night. The satellites from space tell them that they're at a certain angle. They don't even have to see the road. They're using every advantage they can to make sure that we're ready for 2015. Here's again some more of the equipment and pictures. Like I said, some of the best people in the business are coming in to build our action sport areas. For example, the extreme sports area is being built by Spawn Ranch, who's designed all these Summer X games for the last 17 years. So, and all those companies have kind of a similar pedigree. This past summer, our first event that brought Scouts to West Virginia for the summit was Summit Corps, where over 1,200 members of the Order Area constructed a 12.8-mile stacked loop mountain bike trail, which sounds really exciting. I'm not sure exactly what a stacked loop is, but I'm sure it's great. And we built this not on our property. This isn't part of the 37 miles of mountain bikes trails we'll have on the property. This was in the New River Gorge, open to the public. And we felt it was we're really excited that one of the first things we could do is to come here and do a service project that is going to benefit all of Southern West Virginia. And that's why we're here tonight. For the first time in the Jamboree's history, each participant at the 2013 Jamboree will spend one of their days, their troop will go out for one day and spend the day working on a project here in Southern West Virginia to the benefit of this community here. And we're really excited about it. Again, it's the first time we've tried something like this. But I feel it's going to be one of the most important things that we do in our Jamboree here. I think it will be hugely important for the relationship between the Boy Scouts of America and Southern West Virginia, and we want it to be successful. We want it to be as successful as it possibly can be. But there's no way that it can be successful unless we have the input and the participation of you guys, the local community, the citizens who've been here. Like I said, Boy Scouts of America, our professional staff at the office, we've got 3 West Virginians on the staff. The rest of us have come from other posts around the Boy Scouts of America. And, you know, we're not going to be able to find, us 5 aren't going to be able to find the many thousands of projects that will be needed to make this happen. The Boy Scouts of America have final say on all the projects done. We say yes or no to all these projects. But the only reason we're going to say no to a project is because it's logistically something we can't do. We are not going to be sitting here and trying to tell you guys what is important for you, for your community. That's why we need you. We need you to come and tell us through the application process what projects that we could do at the 2013 Jamboree that would be meaningful to you, Southern West Virginia, and these communities. So it's so important that we have your participation in this process, because if we don't, then it's just going to be me trying to find things to do, and you guys don't want that, trust me. So I'm going to close out this presentation with a video here, a couple more points to make. The process, a lot of people ask, you know, how are we funding this? 4 weeks ago, we had $100 million. A week later, we had about $174 million, and some other recent gifts. Jim Justice pledged a $25 million gift. Currently, we're at about $250 million rate of 400 needed for phase 1 and 2. We don't start anything until we've got it funded with money on the site. Our hope is to be doing this community service outreach in each Jamboree we do. The Jamborees happen every 4 years. We'll have one in 2013, 2017, and in 2019, 2 years after 2017, our very special event is going to be the World Jamboree. That's when scouting organizations from all across the world come together for a World Jamboree. For the first time ever, 3 nations are hosting a World Jamboree. No, that's never happened. Canada, U.S., and Mexico are going to be hosting this Jamboree here in West Virginia. It'll be the North American World Jamboree. We're very excited about that. That's going to bring a lot of people from all over the world to West Virginia that are then going to go back to their homes, and we hope to talk about what a great place West Virginia is. So I think that's going to be very exciting. The summit, the best place to go for general information, and I got all sorts of cards that will tell you, is summit.scouting.org. I have all kinds of videos, maps, pictures to download. It's a great spot. July 15th through 24th, 2013, the National Jamboree. That's what we're here to get ready for in the communities. And I'll close with I always forget to make this point. Venturing, our high school age program, is now able to register as participants. That means that the Jamboree will be open to males and female participants. In the past, the only way females could participate is as staff, but now it will be open to both males and females. I think that's going to be a very cool and exciting addition. So I'll show this video, and thank you so much for coming in your time tonight.
The summit for short, and there's nothing else like it on Earth. It's high adventure. The summit sits on more than 10,000 acres and one of the greatest outdoor playgrounds in the world. It's a gathering and more. The summit is the new permanent home of the National Scout Jamboree. It's the future shaped by you, today's Scouts. You're setting the course for the next century of scouting, and it leads to the summit. The summit will host the 2013 National Scout Jamboree, and plans for the largest youth gathering in the world couldn't be bigger. It began with a history-making $50 million donation from the Stephen D. Bechtel Jr. Foundation, the largest in scouting history, and with millions more in charitable giving since then. The 2013 Jamboree at the summit is shaping up to epic proportions. Visitors will have some amazing spaces to share with us at the inaugural Jamboree, and large parts of the summit will be Scouts only during that time. Also, 2013 will be the first year to include venturing at the Jamboree. Themed sub-camps will dig deep into the action sports that are at the center of the summit experience. Get ready. The 2013 Jamboree will be like nothing you've ever seen. The summit is the Boy Scout 4th National High Adventure Base, and it's going to be intense. The High Adventure Base at the Summit Bechtel Reserve will be a chance for Scouts to take on a load of outdoor challenges, all in one place. The result is friendship, leadership, and memories that will last a lifetime. The summit is an opportunity for every Scout to come away with unforgettable experiences forged in adventure. The summit puts everything cool about scouting in one place. This setting, this experience, this kind of scouting, it's life-changing.